So I'm Bob Steenfott. I'm here with Larry Shankles of the Sacramento Aquarium Society. He's got lots of fish tanks, a fish room. We're gonna go take a look right now. So we're gonna start right here, and I see some Radinocentris. They look a couple different collection points, or?
Actually, it's all Ceres Creek.
All Ceres, okay.
And yes, some of them, the males will have the blue, some have the reddish.
Interesting. And are you currently spawning these, or?
Yeah, I have them opted in there, and I need to get another water change going on them, and a couple other foods.
Yeah, I see we got some snails going on here, huh?
Oh yeah, I did a little glass in there, and I put in a wafer, and then I grabbed the jar.
Good way to get rid of snails.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got going down here?
We got some endlers, and then we've got some little panda cories, and they're just kind of like staying here for a while. They're probably going to end up out back for the summer.
Have you spawned the panda cories yet?
Yes, they will.
What temperature do you keep them at?
They're sitting roughly 74, and then I bring them down to about 72, and with a good water change, they're just all over the place.
Awesome. I see some stir-by down here.
And the same with the stir-by. This tank we just started to redo, and I've got to get them out of here so I can put them into a tank I can actually access the eggs. So they spawned last night for me, and of course I can never find anything.
Sure. All right, back up top.
More endlers. We've got some black bar in there. More female than male. Well, they spawn better than anything else, of course. Live bears.
I guess I should ask you this. Do you sell online? Do you sell locally? Like, if someone would watch this video, how would they get your fish? I do online. I ship. I use oxygen. I also go through any of the other forums. I'm a moderator on several forums, and the Sacramento Aquarium Society. Okay. Now, as far as, do you sell them on like Aquabid, or?
I actually am on Aquabid. I have not actually sold on Aquabid, but I actually probably should.
Okay. Okay. Got some Plecos, I see.
Yeah, got a couple of puffers, and then there's a few Plecos in there.
Wait, there's puffers in here somewhere?
There should be a couple puffers running around, little pea puffers.
Oh, yeah. What are the bushy nose Plecos, or?
Yeah, most all of my Plecos are the Ancestris bristle.
All right, so tell me about these guys. A lot of people are gonna like those.
Yeah, a lot of them are. I forget the name of those. The wife remembers. Those were her choice, so she picked them out. I'm waiting for a pair to come about, and then they will get their own tank in what we call Angel Island. We'll get to that one in a little bit.
And then what are these guys here?
Those are the Philippine blues.
Okay.
And with the right lighting, you see the blue. The color in the tanks is coming from the tap. It comes out clear, and then there's a few tanks that will turn this color, and then after a few days, it actually clears up. And some have said that it may be a iron-eating bacteria that does that, which doesn't seem to do anything to the fish, but it definitely does with the water. Like the other top tank there, if I do a water change on it, give it 2 hours, it'll look the same way.
I mean, it makes sense if it's iron and it's red.
Yeah.
Now these, you got to get some footage of this. These are the biggest parvas I've ever seen in my life.
They're getting ready to flash down. They're morning kids.
How long have you had these ones? Like, how old do you think these are?
These are almost 4 years now. Wow,
I've never seen them that big before. Oh, and then a Finnis blue hole. I think I still have some of these from you as well.
Oh, they get honor you when it comes to eating. Yeah, they almost jump out in your hand trying to get it.
Awesome. All right, now we're gonna make our way into the room. Lots of cool stuff in here. Guess we'll just start with these little guys here.
Yeah, I probably should have a flashlight out here. There's just a few little baby angels in here. They're the platinums from these here. Then I have, there's probably 4 or 5 Adolphoi that I've managed to collect.
Oh, yeah.
More Ancestris, and what somebody had said, black Moscow guppies.
They look like black Moscow.
And
No.
it's funny. It depends on who you're talking to. Some will say, nope, nope, it's not. But yeah.
Some of those females look really big, so that's why I think.
And I'd say there's probably a good 50 ancestors in there, bristles.
Yeah.
You know how they are. They hide and...
Wow, all sizes in there. Now, do you actually have Spilotus in here?
I had in there. I think I still have one left, but he's in a different tank. And
Look at the size of this guy.
Oh, is that an apple?
no,
What is that?
that's a mystery.
Oh my
What?
goodness.
Yeah,
That's a mystery snail?
that's a mystery.
Wow. That's got to be the biggest mystery snail ever. That is insane. Oh, look at these monsters. Chilothrina fasciata calibiru?
Calibiru, yep.
Wow. Those look old.
Yeah, they are. They're a little upset at me because
I don't say that in a negative way. They just look well aged.
Oh yeah, they got their water changed, so they don't have any color at all right now. But they're more of a kind of like a pastel color, and they're really pretty. This is another one of those that there's probably a good 20 or so. Let's see here. Let's get somebody. There might be somebody in here.
Oh, there you go.
Little Lucipennis. They get going and babies all over the place.
So, I see you have the egg crate
Yeah.
on the bottom there. Is that, I'm assuming that's how you collect the eggs, or?
It normally is. I normally have a bowl.
saucer?
Yeah,
Okay.
up underneath it, and that way they don't get to them.
And so they'll swim in the hole there, drop their eggs, and you put a plate right there. And I've always wanted a tank with like 100 Lucipennis.
Oh, they are so much fun. They're a kick.
All right, and now on the bottom, tuxedo guppies.
Oh yeah, tuxedos. There's a couple of rainbows down there just kicking, and then there's actually a tiger pleco in there running around somewhere.
Just one. Oh, I see an albino Cory too.
Yep.
Now here's one, the Melanotania Bowmani. I don't see that one. You're the only person I've ever seen with that fish.
Oh wow. Yeah, Bowman had passed away just a few months ago, so it was kind of. I kind of thought that maybe people were going to go crazy over the Bowmani.
They did sell well when I was getting them from you.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, I can get some more babies, that's for sure. I bet there's eggs in there right now. Yeah, so we've got Pappan Creek. There's some eggs here. Blythe River fry. Got some Luminatus. I'm needing to get them to get busy. They may end up finding themselves outside for the summer. Clown Plecos, L162s. And if anybody's out to show. Pygmy, Sparkling Grommy. Euchensis, probably eggs. I don't see anybody hatch. I just threw these mops in yesterday, so I don't know. Gardneri, Achilles. More Praycocks. There's eggs there. We've got some Calimoisey. Celestial Pearl Danios. Corydoras Sedalpoi. And hope the dehumidifier doesn't make too much noise on us. Lacustris. And then we have Corydoras venezuelanus. And more Praycox fry up in the top right there.
Now, is it safe to say that if it's in this fish room, you're breeding it? Like,
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing I really want to keep is anything that's actually going to breed. Here's another Aphenis from Cali Webb. Then we have a loner here. It's an ungulum.
Now, is that your last one?
I actually have one more male that I need to put in that's in here with the Amorine.
So you do have one pair left?
Yeah.
Nice.
Then I've got some Cory's, another one, panda, but they're long fin. If somebody would come out and show off their fins.
That's my issue I have with Cory's. As soon as I bring out the camera, they run.
Yeah. I don't have any more thread fins. I did sell them all. Bozeman eyes.
Any collection point on those, or just?
Yes, 18 Joe.
Okay, nice.
Then of course there's the Amarai and then the other ungulum in there. Melanotania trifasciata from Blythe River. The next one is going to be the same fish, but location is Papin Creek. And then we have Calimoisy parents. And more lacustris, and then of course our location, everybody pretty much knows on those.
Lake Kutubu.
That's why I didn't say it.
Yeah.
Kutubu.
So what do we got going on in these? Looks like just lots of snails, or?
Here we've got Spixie snails. They're related to the mysteries.
What are they again?
Spixie. Let's see if I can find one here without too much algae. Come here, little guy. They have stripe. Oh, he's got algae on the back, but that's pretty much how they look. And they don't lay eggs out at the top like the normal mystery. And here's a clutch here.
Okay.
They lay them down inside. There's another one over there. And they're really prolific. The weird thing about it is they're actually a friendly snail, but it's illegal to bring them over the state line. But you can keep them in state. But
I was just gonna say I should pick up some of those for my flight back, but I guess not. I swear I'm not gonna bring any back.
Yeah.
That's weird. That's a weird rule. Yeah.
Here's a little baby. Let me grab him. Oh, another one there. Bring him out. And I also use this tank for doing water changes. So I drain it down probably 3/4 of the tank almost every day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I use it mainly for the fry. It works out really, really well. And then we have...
Yeah, what's this guy here? Arjumaruensis.
Yeah.
Something.
Get the tang all tangled up. You know, caught between your eye tooth, can't see what you're saying.
I've never seen that one in person. And here's another one I've never seen, and the tank next to it.
Oh, the river striata.
Yeah.
From Kopi River. And the parents of these went to the president of our club, Sacramento Aquarium Society. So these came from them to me. And then this one, Uchi Creek, Uchiensis, I believe.
Yeah, Uchiensis. Of course, they're all hiding behind the sponge.
Yeah.
I think there's an auto Synchus in there too.
There's a couple autos in there. I've got some other autos out there. I split them up in different tanks when I'd gotten them. Now I need to get them together because it's been a couple of years. So I know they're going to make it.
And then looks like some Picta.
Some Picta, yep, those are breeders. Then the Gary Langai.
Everyone loves those.
Oh yeah, I begged Gary to death to get them. Of course they're going to be hiders. They're pretty upset with, oh, there's people we don't know.
Now these are Calimoisy. The only other time I've seen these are from at Dan's, from Dan's Fish, and they had nothing like that black on them. Like that is, it's on the tail and everything. That is just beautiful. Is that normal for you to have them like that, or?
That's been normal all the way through. But yeah, that's the way they've always been.
Wow.
And luckily we're seeing the colors now because a lot like Parva, they tone down their color by afternoon. And then they just kind of look drab.
Now, are these ones that have just grown out in the tank, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's actually 2 different litters in there. I call them litters. 2 different batches.
So do you not collect the eggs, or is this just eggs that were missed?
I usually drop a mop into those, and then if they're of a size I feel they're not going to get eaten, then they go in here.
Okay. Okay, so the Corydoras Mate, these are ones I would need to get from you. I don't have those ones yet.
Oh, okay.
if you're spawning them.
I don't have any fry yet.
So eventually.
Yep, I would definitely will. And then, of course, we've got some really pretty killies in there. It's another one that's going to be hard to.
Yeah, I don't try with the Achille names.
Yeah, it's all Greek to me. And we've got. There's one baby Calibru in here, young one, and I'm thinking it's female. She's going to end up going back up there because I don't have any other females up there, and then I'll get them going again. Then there's also a bunch of Adolphoi babies in here.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Yeah, just a few.
And then, do you actually have barbs down here?
Yeah, so the barbs were kind of an interesting deal. One of the swap meets, there's one of the gals that she couldn't sell them. So she's like, hey, Larry, just take them, please. I know you got an open tank. I'm like, oh, yeah, great. So they change color. There's a baby. So they're having babies in here. And so I just take them to the club and sell them off there.
Oh, I see they're hiding up here.
Yeah. Yeah, they're definite little hiders. And, okay, yeah, it's another mystery. I've got a lot of mysteries, different types running around.
Yeah, even that's, I would say like that's about the size they normally get for me. Not that monster that's over there.
Yeah.
All right, so I see another big tank full of guppies.
Yeah, we got a couple more here. And I got some of the Christmas moss. Also another one I cannot pronounce. And it's a different type of moss. And it's mixed in here, so I just leave it be, let it do its thing. And of course, I guess you could say snail moss. Taken over. More of the black moss cows. And then you'll always see, every once in a while, the ancestors running around. You never know if you're going to find babies or not.
All right, so let's spin around. And one of my favorite, the Praecox, Melanotaenia praecox. These ones are probably one of the most popular of all the ones I got from you.
Oh, I'll bet.
Yeah.
I've got some fry running around, probably a couple other tanks. So the larger ones are actually F3s. I had gotten as eggs from Gary Lang, and that's where this tag came from. It was Sacramento Aquarium Society. And I've got those tags running around. There's F4s in there too. That would be the young ones.
So one of the most common questions I get with this is one, how, I know it's pretty subjective, but like how long until they start to color up?
Usually on these guys, I don't have any issue after even just
yeah, because you've got some good color right there. So
yeah.
3 months. And then what size for, or roughly how old for breeding before they start spawning?
I usually see that 3 to 4 months.
As well? Okay,
yeah.
That's what I figured, so yeah. And what do we got in the bottom tank?
The bottom tank, this was a rescue. There's a couple angels. I believe there's a ram running around, a Cory, and a Pleco.
Kind of just a catch-all?
Yeah, and that way I don't get anything that I've rescued mixed in with anything else.
And then looks like we got some koi angel up top.
Yeah.
Is this a 33 long? Or 40?
It's 30, no. I have to take the dimensions. I forget what it is again. It's the same as this one. They're super wide.
Huh. Yeah, I've never seen this size before.
I'd gotten these from Rich Byerly.
Okay.
And he'd given me 8 of them. I was just floored.
Yeah, that's a really good size.
I love it. They're plumbed, and I run them over so I could actually drain to the next if I wanted, and then plumb up. I don't have these plumbed. I mean, they're plumbed, but I don't have them doing that.
So do you just manual water changes on all of them, or?
Not all of them. The top line is the air, and the bottom is water.
Okay.
And then a lot of them I have drains coming out. I normally put them on the sides, and then they go into a black pipe that's running underneath and in front there.
Okay, interesting. I'm about to do that in mine.
Yeah.
Plumb for water.
It's so helpful. It really is.
Albino Corys down here?
Albino Corys, more Ancestors also down there. And we've got some Lacustris. Yep.
Looks like some grow outs.
Yep. And of course there's going to be some, yeah,
Yep.
tails wagging everywhere. And then more baby red double koi.
Babies, those are...
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think those would be marketed as baby in any store, but here they are.
Yeah, exactly. I do have these 3 plumbed. and running with a pump. I started doing like a matin filter in the corners, which I just love. The first filters I still have in the other three, so they clog too much. It's too fine, so they clog so easy. I went to the more coarse and just love them.
So just kind of something random. I see you're using like 1x3s instead. Like obviously there's 2x4s, but I've never thought to use 1x3s before. That's a good way to.
It works. The only downfall is, yes, you can get warpage, and you can see that there's actually light going through. So you got to make sure your tanks are good. So the board itself twisted on me. Of course, that's indicative to pine, fir. So realistically, I should take this up and put in a little pad. You know, like in here, I put plywood. Yeah, I should be doing that here. Other than that, yeah, the 1x3s, they hold up.
And you may not think it's a big deal, but like that 1 inch, extra 1 inch of clearance makes a pretty big deal.
It does.
You're in there netting fish all the time.
Yeah, the containers, I use like the store type, what they use, and I hate not being able to get in there. Yeah.
All right, what do we got going on here? More,
that is a pair of angels that do like to breed, and we also have peppercorys up there that spawn for me every once in a while. Of course, with the snails.
Malaysian trumpet snail substrate.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
That is like just crazy.
Yeah.
That's not rocks, that's those are snails. Wow.
Yeah, I just kind of let them go at it for right now.
Those are actually my favorite Malaysian trumpet snails, yeah. But if you don't have like a billion of them, then you hardly ever see them during the day. That's what I like about them.
I'll back them up.
Can't cross state lines with those.
Ah, dang it.
All right, so we have some Julii cories, maybe?
These really are not Julii. I had them in there before. I forget. These are the ones that I forget the name of. We've got some albino ancestors down there. I do have African dwarf frogs. They do actually breed for me.
Really?
And I've had quite a few of them.
What's that process like? Like how? Like I have no idea how they breed.
They're a kick to watch. And the male will literally straddle the female, and they just ride around together.
Wow.
And then they go up to the surface, eggs come out, they're just little tiny black dots. Just like, just take a pin and just dot, they're just tiny. And I'll scoop them out and they stick, they're sticky. So then I'll put them into one of the other containers, and a couple days later, boom.
Wow. All right, let's get this side here and then we'll go to the fry rack.
And we got some young Picta.
Melanotania picta.
Yeah. Of course, I've got moss everywhere. Everywhere.
I mean, that's how to do it, though.
Oh, yeah. And then in here, actually, we have... Let's see if we can get somebody out. The orange laser cories. I need to actually get them into some other tank. Oh, there's one. Oh, he's mad.
How dare you?
And then just a bunch of plants in here. And of course, I went through that ordeal of, is it a Swasser tang or is it...
That's something people like to fight about. So I just, whatever you call it, I'm just going to agree with.
Yep.
Who's ever saying the name at that point, I agree. And some more grow outs down here?
Yep, more grow outs.
Is that Rikia?
Yep. Okay, that's another funny story. I was at the wholesalers, and he's got the 20 talls with plants in them, and I happen to be walking by and I'm looking at them, and I see two of these tanks with tons of plants, and I'm just, okay, they've been broken apart, so he just throws them in there, and now you got a whole variety of plants. So I asked him, how much you want for the tank? And he goes, you want that? And I'm like, yeah, I'd take the whole thing. I'd take them both. He goes, bag them up, they're yours.
Wow.
Wow, that was a few years ago, and that's where most of all my plants have come from.
Nice.
And I've ended up with all sorts of different stuff, and and I'm not doing anything to my water. I let the fish do their own urinating in there. No fertilizer, nothing.
Natural fertilizer.
Yep, exactly.
So a lot of the fish you breed then go to the wholesaler, is that?
There's wholesaler.
Well, maybe not, but some.
Yeah, some do.
Some, yeah. That's nice. Nice to get some good quality fish in there.
Yeah, that's pretty important. I was hoping Gary Lang was going to be able to make it out. He wanted to go talk to him about getting more rainbows.
Yeah.
Because rainbows are hard to get into the stores. I mean,
yeah, I know he's helped quite a few of the farms in Florida.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. I would sure love to see him.
And now when I talk to him, I'm like, which one of these are Gary Lang?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Which one of these species came from him?
That's right, because that's the only one I want.
Exactly, and they know too. So let's check out this fry rack you got here.
Yep, it's getting time to rebuild this. I didn't, my mistake, I didn't paint these others to protect them. So as I would get a leak somewhere, which the top rain gutter in the back has a leak at the end, so I shut the whole top down for now. I just threw a little bit of the Ricky up in here. This one's wanting to overflow. But the way I've got it set up is it's connected with the tank, and then the pump will go up, and then these lines, I have them dripping into the tanks, and then I cut I use the circle hole cutter for the sponge. You just clamp it real tight between two pieces of wood, and then drill it down, and you can get these sponges.
Okay.
Just really nice and round. And they go right into these. Then it goes into the rain gutter and then back down to the tank and recycles. But I've got some pepper quarries, a few of them in here. These have not hatched. These were from day before yesterday from that bottom tank. So there's some eggs.
They take like 72 hours?
Yeah, about 3 to 4-ish days. And so there's some eggs in there. There's actually some running around in both of these tanks. Oh, and then I've got some of the other worms that were brought to me. I'm going to actually start working them into a different tank, and then they seem to really love the pellets more than anything else. I drop those in, they're gone.
Oh, those black worms?
Yeah.
Okay. So pellets for black worms.
Pellets are working for black worms. I'm not into the brown paper bag type thing. And these I end up getting just from time to time from other people. The wife, she loves to get, she's the angel person more than me. Of course, I like the angels too, don't get me wrong. But we've got some platinums.
Wow, there's some big ones over there.
There were 3 of them. They were literally a threesome. There were 2 females and a male, and both females would just go at it.
Wow.
And the male, it was great. It was just great. And I lost one female.
That is, people don't realize how big angels get. Rarely do we actually see them that size.
Yeah. And they're hitting about 5 years old now. And then these are grandkids of, the dad was an F0 wild caught. I still have him. These were a couple young ones that I had sold to a gal. She's like, they're just fighting all the time. It scares me. Take them back. Take them back. Like, that means they're going to be spawning, but now you got 2 different ones. Well, sure enough, I get them here. She's like, no, they're just wanting to kill each other. I got them here, and first thing they did was laid eggs.
Well, you know, you can only tell people so much. They just don't want to listen sometimes. All right, so I think that's the fish room. And then we got some more, still some more out here, I see.
Yeah, there's a few more hiding out here. We got some Herbert axelrodi, and this is the wife's tank. She's like, I want to stand.
So if anyone wants to know how big yellow rainbows are going to get, there you go.
Yeah. Oh, the clown loach is out. It says, you got to film me too.
There's a big pleco in there too, huh?
That's Synodonus.
Oh, it is a Synodonus.
Eureptus, yep. There, and another one here, large.
Oh yeah, he's just hiding there. I didn't even see him. Got to get these guys too.
You know what? I wonder if I bring out some pellets, if they'll come out. I'll grab some.
Those Siamese algae eaters?
Yeah. So yeah, this tank had just tons of blackbeard algae. That's another thing we get a lot of. And so I got these Siamese, and holy mackerel, they just cleaned it right out.
All right, so let's get these guys over here. Which Lucipennis are these ones?
No, those are the man-made, I forget the name of.
Oh, okay, the hybrid.
Yep.
Okay.
So I've caught them actually appearing like they want to spawn, But of course they're not going to be able to, and they've got to be injected, I believe, from what I hear. But they'll actually feed right from my hands.
Oh, that's kind of neat.
And then I have one loner.
One monster. Turquoise.
Yeah. So joining a club, many benefits. Different plants, different fish, quality, cheap, knowledge, and we're very family orientated, so we love to have the kids get there.
If I could add one thing, I think is a really good benefit from going to local clubs is you're buying fish and plants that are already used to your water, used to what's coming out of your tap, versus buying something like me in Seattle, buying something in Florida coming from like rocks to basically inert water.
Yeah.
You know, it's much better for me to go to the Seattle Aquarium Society and get fish locally.
I agree with that because, you know, the water in the area is going to be kind of the same wherever it's coming from.
So when you're getting your rainbows this size, you know, it takes 3, 4, 5 years. What are you feeding? Higher protein? When I first got into rainbows, like everything I read was how they're more herbivore. And then I saw a talk from Gary Lang where he was like proteins, and that just like, it was completely blew my mind. And I started doing higher protein food, and then I started getting better color, better size. So like, what's your go-to foods for getting them this size?
Mine has actually been a lot of bloodworm. I forget the name of the natural color enhancer that's in there, but it helps really on a lot of the reds, and that's in bloodworms. Then the frozen brine shrimp, a lot of people in the past have always said, yeah, it's mostly water. Yeah, there is a lot of water in it, but there's also some good protein to it too. But that's been my go-to, bloodworms and frozen brine, and yeah, I do throw them.
Well, you kind of
some flakes.
Sorry to interrupt, but you kind of get both because you get like the high fat content and the protein, and then you get like lean protein out of the brine shrimp.
Exactly.
For bloodworms, you get the fatty protein, and then you get the lean. So yeah, that makes sense. All right, well, I think that's going to do it. So thanks for having me. I appreciate it. It's been years in the making. Yeah.
No kidding.
We've been back and forth for quite a while now. Like I said, if you've gotten rainbow fish, they were probably, from me, they were probably bred right here from you. So super excited to be here. I'm going to go look around some more. So that's where I'm going to go.